पुराने जमाने के
टीचिंग के तरीकों से
हमको क्यों पढ़ाते हैं, इट्स सो बोरिंग।
अब वेदांतु देगा प्रॉब्लम से छुटकारा।
हाय किड्स,
समझ आएगा तो मजा आएगा, मजा आएगा तो समझ आएगा।
बेस्ट टीचर्स पढ़ाए तो सिंपल लगे एवरीथिंग।
लीडरबोर्ड्स एंड क्विज़ेस से
Amazing.
learning हो जाए हैपनिंग। समझ आएगा तो मजा आएगा, मजा आएगा तो
Vedantu. Learn live online. To attend a free live class, download the app now.
हेलो एवरीवन, व्हाट्स अप, वेलकम टू द क्लास। गुड इवनिंग दोस्तों, और बताओ क्या हाल चाल। इफ़ आई एम ऑडिबल एंड विजिबल प्लीज राइट यो इन द चैट बॉक्स, यू नो द ड्रिल। या हाँ भाई वही करेंगे आज यार, डोंट वरी सुकन्या या सो वेलकम टू द क्लास पीपल। Good evening all of you. So welcome to yet another class of JEE Sprint 2020, and today's class is about biomolecules, and this is a chapter that a lot of people ignore, है ना। आपको पता ही होगा, even school में your teachers, even in your coaching your teachers sometimes avoid this chapter because it is fairly new in this entire scheme of JEE examinations. Has been there for a while now, but ऐसा है कि लोग फिर भी इसको ignore कर देते हैं. A lot of people just look at these and ignore them. One reason being that in earlier days of chemistry, biomolecules were not that important. Only the biologists used to work on these. But now biotechnology and biomolecules is a very hot topic for chemistry. In fact, all the medicines and drug research that is happening in this world is related to biomolecules. Okay, so आपके DNA पे जो भी research चलती है to synthesize better, variants of DNA that are resistant to certain things, certain diseases, etc. I mean, it'll take lots of years to get to that stage, but all of this research is dependent on biomolecules, and hence it forms a very important part of our analysis of chemistry. ठीक है, cool. So now let us try to do this question. I can see a lot of people are giving me the answers already, Romit, because I get too many of them, bro. So it takes me time to reach to the emails, and I have to take classes as well. So yeah, I hope you understand. Anyway, let's look at this. The Fischer projection of D-glucose is given below. This is your D-glucose. This exists in nature as it is. ठीक है. Now the question asked is, what is the correct structure of beta L-glucopyranose? And now this question is perhaps an easy question. You guys might already know the answer, etc. But let's take the opportunity. Okay, let's look at this question and look at it as an opportunity to learn a lot of things about glucose and saccharides. Okay, तो इनको पहले ध्यान से देखते हैं. Look at the structure of glucose over here. This is D-glucose. Yes, there is a CHO on the top, CH2H on the bottom, OH in this manner. Okay, so let us now start doing the analysis on glucose, और इससे अपन काफ़ी चीज़ें सीखेंगे. Okay, so from this analysis that we are about to do, we learn a lot of things about glucose. So first of all, let us make this structure that we just saw. There is a CHO on the top, there is a CH2OH on the bottom. Okay, there are total 6 carbons in glucose. So now you have 6 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, now the form of glucose that is present in nature is D-glucose. This is the pattern that you have to remember. If someone asks you to draw D-glucose, D plus glucose, this is the pattern that you have to remember. CHO on the top, CH2OH on the bottom, 4 carbons in the middle, OH. This is the pattern. So on the left hand sides, whatever is remaining, you write that. OH की जगह H आ जाएगा, OH की जगह H के opposite OH, and OH के opposite H. This particular structure that we've drawn, my dear friends, is the aliphatic straight chain structure of D plus glucose. Now let us understand what these terms mean. Okay, now let us understand what these terms mean. What does this D mean? इस D का क्या significance है? Is this dextrorotatory? No, this is not dextrorotatory. Is the sound not fine? People, I hope the sound is fine, because I don't think I have Okay, yeah, the sound is fine. Okay, anyone who's not able to hear me, please increase the volume of your classes. Okay. चलो यहाँ देखते हैं अभी. So this is D plus glucose. Does this D mean dextrorotatory? No, it doesn't mean dextrorotatory. It just tells you about a specific configuration. Okay, it just tells you about a specific configuration. कौन सी configuration? Look at the first optically active carbon. I mean not the optically active carbon. Look at the first optical center from the bottom. नीचे अगर CH2OH है, if there is a CH2OH at the bottom, all right, then the first carbon that you have, all right, which is an optical center, which is a chiral carbon, on it, if you have OH on the right hand side, this means it is D. This is all that it means. Okay, इस carbon पे अगर OH is on the right hand side, this means it is D. Otherwise, if you have some structure, कुछ भी structure है, नीचे you have CH2OH, and if in that particular biomolecule, in that particular sugar, okay, if you have OH on the left hand side, this particular structure will be called capital L. Okay, capital D is on the right, capital L is on the left. I hope a lot of you already knew this information. Now, can anyone tell me where does this configuration come from? What is the origin of this configuration? Sukanya, yes, it is pretty good. Siddharth, I didn't check, bro. ये कहाँ से आया configuration? Like, what was the first molecule which they saw in order to tell glyceraldehyde? Yes. Glyceraldehyde, बिल्कुल. Okay. So glyceraldehyde क्या था? Glyceraldehyde is a very small molecule, okay, which exists in two forms. Okay, which exists in two forms. एक ये form है, and the other form that exists is where OH is on the left hand side. Very simple molecule. Now the thing is, this one, okay, this particular molecule of glyceraldehyde in the experiment, in the laboratory, is found out to be dextrorotatory. This is small d. Small d बोले तो dextrorotatory, which is also written with a sign plus. They said, let us take this d, let's capitalize this d, and let's call this a configuration itself. हिंदी में भी बता देता हूं. ये डेटा जो है ये बताता है कि ये लाइट किस डायरेक्शन में पोलराइज करेगा, या तो राइट साइड करेगा या लेफ्ट साइड करेगा. ओके, डेक्स्ट्रोरोटेटरी मतलब राइट साइड पे रोटेट हो रही है लाइट क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में. बट इन्होंने बोला कि यार ये जो स्ट्रक्चर है ना, इसको एक स्टैंडर्ड बना देते हैं. लेट्स टर्न दिस स्ट्रक्चर इनटू अ स्टैंडर्ड फॉर एवरी अदर स्ट्रक्चर आउट देयर. So they called this configuration the D configuration. In this configuration, the OH is on the right hand side. So any biomolecule that you have, if you arrange it in a Fisher projection where CH2OH is on the bottom and CHO is on the top, okay, OH being on the right side is called capital D. This capital D has nothing to do with this plus sign. Okay, this capital D is just telling you about the position of this OH. This plus is coming from experiment. This plus means this is dextrorotatory. ठीक है? The form of fructose that you have in nature is actually a D minus fructose. वो D है, उसमें ये right side पे होता है, it is capital D, but it rotates light in the anti-clockwise direction. So if you look at the structure of fructose, you will get that information very clearly. But point over here is this D and this positive are not related at all. This positive is experimentally determined. This D is configuration that you look at the structure and tell. Okay, so don't call this dextrorotatory. This is just capital D. खत्म. ये आ गया. D plus glucose है. Okay, great. Now, my dear friends, what happens is this particular glucose molecule can cyclize. इसका एक cyclic structure बन सकता है. Yes, so there will be a cyclic structure where there is a hexane like this. Cyclohexane type का ring बनेगा. Okay, we call it a pyranose ring. You know the jazz. Yeah, ठीक है. तो अब चक्कर क्या है यहाँ पे? What you have to do is take this particular hydrogen, the one that's on the first optically active carbon. ठीक है. अब आपको करना क्या है, यू टेक दिस ऑक्सीजन एंड अटैक इट ओवर हियर. यहां अटैक कहां होगा अब? That is the question, where will it attack? Do you realize this carbon is a delta positive carbon, aldehyde ketones? Yeah, that particular carbon is an aldehyde. Okay, so this kind of an attack will happen. The species that gets formed is essentially a hemiacetal. Remember what hemiacetals are? आपके पास एक aldehyde था, आपने एक alcohol डाला उसमें, and what you get out of it is this kind of a species. Remember, typical reaction of aldehydes and ketones. So this particular reaction is the formation of a hemiacetal. Okay, is the reaction for the formation of a hemiacetal. So let's do that now. After the hemiacetal is formed, the structure that you get at the end looks very similar to this one, obviously. How to draw it? It's very important. Let's try to do that. Same ऐसे line बनाते हैं एक. Okay, this is the first carbon. इसको यहाँ पे रख दो. Okay, so let me now color code it a little bit so that it's easier for us to understand. This is the carbon. I'll put it over here like this. This is the carbon now. Okay, now the new bond that is formed, let me make it in the red color itself. चमकता है, ये नया bond बना. Do you understand? That is the new bond that is formed. Also, the rest of the things are unchanged. So let's draw the things that are unchanged. CH2OH. Okay, and then there are 1, 2 and 3 more carbons in the middle. This carbon has OH on the right hand side, this has H on the right hand side, this has OH on the right hand side. So these configurations are unchanged. इसको हमने touch भी नहीं किया. Yeah, these were not touched at all. Now the carbon on the top. Okay, यहाँ पे भी हाइड्रोजन बना देते हैं. Now the carbon on the top. People, do you realize that this aldehyde part is going to be planar? मान लो ये मेरा हाथ है. This is the carbon. This is the aldehyde part. The attack on this aldehyde can happen either from this side or it can happen from this side as well. यहाँ से भी अटैक हो सकता है, यहाँ से भी अटैक हो सकता है. Since it's a planar aldehyde, yeah? So this oxygen can attack from the back side or from the front side as well. So in fact there are 2 cyclic structures that you will get. Okay, 2 cyclic structure बनते हैं. एक structure में, let me take the red pen for this. One of the structures you have to put the OH that will get formed on the right hand side. Okay, OH को right hand side फेंक दो. Fine. Now the other structure that we'll draw, let me draw it on the left hand side of this page. It'll be exactly this, but the configuration of this red carbon will be different. ठीक है, तो उसको बनाते हैं पहले फटाफट से. Just pay attention to what I'm doing and you will automatically understand what's going on. So this is the carbon where the OH will be on the left hand side in this particular structure. Rest of the things are absolutely the same. So my dear friends, starting from one straight chain structure of glucose, we have created 2 cyclic forms of glucose. Okay, I'll reduce the brightness, Arvind. Look, just reduced the brightness a little bit so it might be easier for you to read now. Okay, चमक गए. Now people, tell me one thing. Do you know what we call these? इसका नाम क्या है? This is D plus glucose, of course, but there is one more word that we will put over here. What is that word for this one? What is the word for this one? ये जहां पे ऑक्सीजन राइट हैंड साइड चला गया, ये कौन सा है? In the structure that the oxygen is on the right hand side, as you are saying, कि अच्छा इसको अपन बोल देते हैं अल्फा. Okay, sorry, यहाँ पे मैंने OH 2 बार लगा दिया है. Thanks for the correction. Okay, so we'll call this structure alpha. The OH is on the right hand side, alpha. you know, you can remember it as right being the main direction in this world. I mean, not really, but most of the world is right-handed, so उसको alpha बोल देते हैं. The other one is the beta one. Okay, so the other one जो यहाँ पे पड़ गया, we'll call this beta D plus glucose. ठीक है? We have drawn two cyclic forms over here. So people, like you and your cousin will be called cousins. You and your real sister will be called siblings. Yeah. What will these two be called? What is the relationship between these two? What is the relationship between these two? These two are called, okay, ये जो alpha और beta glucose हैं, these two are called anomers. Okay, these two are known as anomers. Fine. They are not mirrored structures, Sai Vijay. They are not mirrored structures. These two are essentially, okay, these two are essentially diastereomers that are in equilibrium with each other. Okay, anomers are essentially diastereomers that are in equilibrium with each other. Do you agree that they are diastereomers? Okay, एक ही carbon पे configuration different है, rest of it is the exact same. But the point is that they can equilibrate between each other. Okay, they can equilibrate between each other. Now the question that is coming up is, sir, then what are epimers? Then what are epimers? I'll tell you. First of all, please take a screenshot of whatever is there on the screen. I'll move to the next page and then I'll tell you what epimers are. ठीक है? 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay. मैं बताता हूँ epimers क्या होते हैं. Okay. I'm gonna erase this now. All right. देखो. Anomers क्या थे? Anomers are diastereomers that are at equilibrium with each other. They can interconvert into each other. Okay, anomers can always interconvert into each other. Epimers can't interconvert between each other. So, for example, let's take a random sugar. कुछ ऐसा random सा structure बनाते हैं. Okay, just this guy with the 4 carbons on it. Okay. Now, my dear friends, let's make another structure. Okay, इसमें यहाँ पे चेंज कर देते हैं configuration. Okay, so यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन आ जाएगा, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन. Do you realize they are diastereomers of each other? They are diastereomers of each other. Can they interconvert into each other? Can they interconvert? These are not enantiomers, Priyanshu. Enantiomers are mirror images of each other. These are not mirror images. They are just diastereomers. Yeah, they are just diastereomers. And how are they different? They are different because the configuration of this carbon is different. Yeah, diastereomers because one carbon is different. But the thing is, can they interconvert into each other? They can't interconvert into each other. They can't interconvert. Only one carbon's configuration is different. They are diastereomers. These two, my friends, are called epimers. So anomers basically are a special case. Okay, anomers are a special case of epimers. Okay, anomers can interconvert. They are in equilibrium with each other. Epimers can't interconvert. Anomers and epimers both are diastereomers in which only one carbon's configuration is different. But this is the subtle difference between anomers and epimers. They can't interconvert. Anomers can interconvert. Okay? Sanjeet, we'll come to that in some time. Don't worry. Vidur, that is why I am going in a very slow form. Okay? That's why I'm going in a very slow paced manner. ठीक है? So, अभी अपन ने ये देखा था. We had drawn this. Okay, so we had made your beta D plus glucose and we had made your alpha D plus glucose. Alpha mein OH is on the right hand side, beta mein OH is on the left hand side. Okay, we know this. Great. Deven, please watch the class once again. Harsh, Abhay, please rewind and watch the class once again. Harsh, because there is no reaction possible to interconvert them, bro. They are not in equilibrium with each other. As simple as that. Okay. So these were the structures. Now, my dear friends, tell me one thing. Look at the optical rotations that we've measured. Okay. Look at the optical rotations that we've measured. I'll come back to that slide just a second. That is plus 18.7 degrees. This guy is plus 112.2 degrees. Okay, fine. Imagine that you put a lot of beta D plus glucose into water. Okay, you took specifically beta D plus glucose and threw it in water. Do you realize that it will equilibrate with alpha D plus glucose in some time? Do you understand that in some time, if you throw only beta D plus glucose, eventually it will equilibrate with alpha D plus glucose as well. So what happens is, initially, your solution will rotate light with just plus 18.7 degrees. After some time, because you are creating alpha D plus glucose, इसका rotation का component भी आना शुरू हो जाएगा. So the overall rotation of light will be a balance between this value and this value. Yes. It won't be exactly 18.7, it won't be exactly 112. It'll be a mix of these two, somewhere in the middle. Depends on the equilibrium. After the equilibrium is attained, we realize that the light rotates in plus 52.7 degrees. Okay? Initially started with plus 18 degrees. Because of this equilibrium, new values started happening, and after the equilibrium is attained, after everything has happened, after these two are nicely in equilibrium with each other, both structures existing, this is the final value of rotation. This particular phenomena is known as mutarotation. Okay, इस phenomena को mutarotation कहते हैं. No, you don't need to remember the value. वैल्यू याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है, जस्ट फंडा समझ लो. म्यूटारोटेशन इज बेसिकली व्हेन you put something in water and the equilibrium causes the optical rotation to change. Fine. ये हो गया. Now people, what we'll do is, in this particular space on the board, okay, in this particular space on the board, यहाँ पे, let us try to draw the cyclic form of this in a better looking manner. Okay, तो अपन ऐसा वाला स्ट्रक्चर बनाएंगे. आई एम प्रिटी श्योर यू हैव सीन दीज इन योर नोटबुक्स, इन योर एनसीईआरटी एज वेल. कहीं भी देखा होगा आपने ये. यू हैव सीन दीज स्ट्रक्चर्स. Yeah, these are known as Haworth projections. Okay, you've seen these structures, I'm pretty sure. These are known as Haworth projections. Now, if we have to draw the Haworth projections of, let's say, this one, okay, let us understand how to go around it. Let us understand how to go around it. Dekho. This is carbon number 1 and this is carbon number 5. These two carbons are important to us. ये बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. I'll tell you where they exist. This particular carbon is carbon number 5. Okay, and this particular carbon obviously now is carbon number 1. ठीक है, so this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, 5, and now on carbon number 5 there has to be carbon number 6. That is a CH2OH. My dear friends, this particular configuration is capital D. In the planar structure I know because it is going towards the right. How do I know whether it is D in the cyclic structure? On the 5th carbon, draw this CH2OH on the top. ठीक है? What have we done? On this 5th carbon, capital D fixes the configuration of the 5th carbon. So if it has to be capital D, how do I denote it in the cyclic structure? Your 5th carbon over here will have CH2OH on the top. This CH2OH on the top fixes the D configuration. ओके इसका मतलब है दैट दिस इज नाउ कैपिटल D. अगर ये CH2H नीचे बनाया, इफ यू मेक द CH2H एट द बॉटम, देन इट बिकम्स एन L कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. फाइन, कैपिटल D ऐसे लिखेंगे. अब rest of it is very simple. Rest of it is as simple as ABC. Okay, just divide this structure into these two halves. Okay, left half and right half. Okay, the left half that you have, call this up. The right half, call it down. Okay, I'll show you what that means. First carbon, OH is on the left, make it towards the upward side. H is on the right hand side, make it downwards. As simple as that. बस ये करना है. चमक गया. So on the second carbon, OH is on the right, so OH नीचे आएगा. On the third carbon, OH is on the left, so OH will come on the top. On the fourth carbon, OH is on the right, so OH will come at the bottom. My dear friends, what you've drawn over here is a very beautiful Haworth projection of beta D plus glucose. Okay, as simple as that. इससे simple हो ही नहीं सकता. Okay, so this particular structure is the pyranose form. Okay, pyranose form. Basically, pyran is a structure that looks like this. Okay, ऐसे एक structure को pyran बोलते हैं. So this is basically your pyranose form. It looks like a pyran. That's why I call it a pyranose form. ठीक है, बहुत simple है. Now this is your beta D plus glucose. If this was supposed to be alpha D plus glucose, then what will be the difference? Alpha में the only difference will be on carbon number 1. Alpha में this carbon number 1 OH will be at the bottom. As simple as that. So after you are done with the class, please try to make the pyranose form of the alpha D plus glucose. ठीक है, इसका ये फॉर्म बनाने की कोशिश करना. ओके, ट्राई इट आउट. द ओनली डिफरेंस इन दिस स्ट्रक्चर टू द अल्फा स्ट्रक्चर विल बी OH इज ऑन द डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन इन द कार्बन नंबर 1. सिंपल. नाउ लेट अस गेट बैक टू द क्वेश्चन. अभी वो क्वेश्चन पे वापस जाते हैं. दिस वन, ये रहा क्वेश्चन. सो आई रिमूव द अननेसेसरी डिटेल्स नाउ. द क्वेश्चन आस्क्स यू the correct structure of beta L glucopyranose. Okay, so how will we get to beta L glucopyranose? Okay, I'm just removing the unnecessary information. So the good thing is now we have this structure. ये structure कौन सा था? What was this structure? This structure is beta D glucopyranose. You need the exact opposite of this structure. You need the mirror image of this structure essentially. You need the mirror image of this structure essentially. कौन सा structure बिल्कुल mirror image है इसका? Look at this guy. Look at that structure. Okay. यहाँ पे CH2H at the bottom implies L. And इसका पूरा mirror image will be your beta L pyranose. As simple as that. A and B are not the same. A and B are epimers of each other. Look at this. Okay, got it? Beta D, beta L. They are essentially just mirror images of each other. यहाँ एक mirror लगाओ वो बन जाएगा. Fine. Got it? So just with one of these questions, सिर्फ एक question करने के साथ, this was a question asked in some JEE में बहुत बार ही आता है, ठीक है? I have seen such a question come in JEE 2-3 times. So with this particular question, we have learnt how to understand the straight chain structure, how to create the alpha and beta forms, and how to convert that into pyranose forms. Okay, people? So whenever you have beta L glucopyranose, this implies that you have to take the mirror images of the beta D. Similarly, there is another question, ये वाला. This is also a JEE previous year question. The structure of D plus glucose is this. What is the structure of L minus glucose? So do you realize if this is plus, this is minus, this is D, this is L. These two are enantiomers of each other. So all you need to do in the options, you have to figure out what is the mirror image of this structure. Yeah? आपको सिर्फ ये देखना है कि इसका mirror image क्या है. That's all you have to do. Which one of these is the mirror image now? I think structure A ही है सीधा. L हो गया सब. Pretty simple यार. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Yes, pretty simple. Got it? Why mirror image? Because that is what it is asking you. Okay. ठीक है. किसी को कोई डाउट है तो पूछ लो. In the previous question as well. I hope we did it correctly. हाँ, कोई कहीं पे किसी को डाउट है तो पूछ लो यार. अच्छा, कुछ गलत किया क्या अपन ने? ठीक है. Got it? Fine. चले आगे. A lot of people are saying that beta में OH should be on the upward side. देखो यार. Let me show you the structure of beta D plus glucose first of all. एक बार उसको बनाते हैं दोबारा से. Okay, just couple of more minutes. Let's understand. This was your this was your beta D plus glucose. Yes. Now you need beta L glucopyranose. देखो जैसे ही L किया ना उसको configuration has started changing, isn't it? जैसे ही उसको L किया, do you realize that in the starting structure itself you will have the OH on the other side? So do you understand that the attack will also happen from the opposite side? Do you understand that the convention of alpha and beta will also be different then? वो बात समझ रहे हो? It might be a little tricky for you to understand, but I'll repeat again. Since in the starting form of the L's, OH will be on the left hand side, from the attack, the convention will also be a little different, isn't it? तो फिर से सोच के देखना इसको. Think about this question once again. If this is beta D glucose, then what is beta L glucose? Okay? ये वाला तो D है. ये तो आंसर हो ही नहीं सकता. Now you have to decide between these three. Okay? Now you have to decide between these three. Got it? The only answer that makes sense is the last one. Anyway, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. This is me, and I'm an alumnus of IIT Bombay. I know this chapter is a little tricky, so I'll try to explain it to you in the best manner possible. Things about me, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can. Chalo, badhiya. Today is the class of biomolecules, chemistry at 6, physics at 7:30, math at 9, and yesterday there was a class on AOD maxima and minima with Shimon sir, and tomorrow there's going to be a class on redox reactions and electrochemistry with Harsh sir. ठीक है? Cool? Got it? फटाफट से क्वेश्चन करते हैं अभी. Alright? फटाफट से क्वेश्चन करते हैं. D plus glucose reacts with hydroxylamine to give an amine that yields an oxime. What would be the structure of the oxime? Reaction पता है आप सबको? Yeah, you know the reaction that if you have an aldehyde and if you reacted with something like this, yeah, कुछ नहीं होना. यहाँ पे double bond with N will get formed. Yes. So over here, which oxime starts from D plus glucose? अभी याद है structure? What was the pattern? OH, H, OH, OH. Yeah. Remember, D plus glucose was OH, H, OH, OH, CHO and CH2OH. So this is the correct answer. As simple as that. So this question just simply asks you about the pattern of D plus glucose. If you remember that pattern, this question becomes very easy. Chalo, let's do the next question now. ये अच्छा question है अभी. You have to figure out the correct statements for these two structures. So what is this question asking? It is asking about glycosidic linkages and it's asking about reducing or non-reducing sugars. Let us understand what are reducing and non-reducing sugars. ठीक है, एक बार समझते हैं इस चीज को. Let's try to understand reducing, non-reducing क्या है ये. Okay, देखो. Do you know Tollens reagent? Do you know Tollens reagent? Yeah. This gives you a test for aldehydes, yes? So Tollens reagent oxidizes aldehydes. Itself it gets reduced. So aldehydes reduce Tollens reagent. But this test is also given by two other things. Alpha hydroxy ketones, remember? Alpha hydroxy ketone भी देता है, yes. And also it is given by formic acid. Formic acid gets oxidized to CO2. This is very important for us. ठीक है? Now my dear friends, do you remember the structure of glucose? अभी किया अपन ने ये घटिया सा structure. This is the aldehyde part. It can reduce. Yes, it can reduce. Okay, great. Now let's look at the cyclic forms of this glucose. यहाँ से एक bond बनाया and then you have OH and then you have H. Do you realize when this will start reducing? This glucose will start reducing when this bond can break apart. Okay, when you can break apart the hemiacetal bond and convert this back to the aldehyde, this will start giving you Tollens test. So it is necessary for you to be able to break this bond. It is necessary for you to be able to break this anomeric carbon's bond. This carbon which can equilibrate with its anomer is called the anomeric carbon. So it's necessary for you to be able to break the hemiacetal bond and form the aldehyde back again. Similarly, there can be sugars which are not aldehydes but they are ketones. Let's say यहाँ पे double bond O है. Okay, something like fructose, maybe there's a double bond O in the middle. But you will realize that for all these ketones as well, okay, for all these ketones as well, there are OH groups. All these sugars are essentially alpha hydroxy ketones, alpha hydroxy aldehydes or alpha hydroxy ketones. So even the ketones, the sugars that are ketones, for example fructose, they can also give you Tollens test. Fine. Now this was the theory. The question is, how do we recognize whether a sugar is reducing or not in such a question? How do we recognize कि यार यहाँ पे कौन सा reduce करेगा? I'll give you a trick. Okay, this is a trick that I've told earlier in my classes as well. ध्यान से देखना, okay? We have to see the oxygen in the ring. We have to see the oxygen in the ring, okay? Now people, look at the carbons next to that oxygen. पहले इस oxygen की बात करते हैं. Let's look at these two carbons. Now, one of those carbons will be the anomeric carbon. Do you agree? इन दोनों में से एक कार्बन होगा anomeric carbon. If the anomeric carbon has an OH on it, the sugar is reducing, otherwise it is not. Let me show you how. Okay, oxygen, carbon, is there an OH on it? No, there is a CH2OH. If there was an OH straight away, then it would be a reducing sugar. यहाँ पे CH2OH आ गया, not reducing. Over here, there could have been an OH, but now it is involved in a linkage. Can't break this apart. Non-reducing. So यहाँ से reduce नहीं हो सकता, यहाँ से reduce नहीं हो सकता. This oxygen from here, there is no OH on this carbon, can't reduce. No OH on this carbon, can't reduce. Let's look at this one. और clear हो जाएगा. Look carefully. This is the oxygen. Look at the carbons next to this oxygen, this carbon and this carbon. Is there an OH on this carbon? No, can't reduce. Is there an OH on this carbon? Yes. This bond can break apart to form the double bond over here once again. Okay, so all you need to do is look at the cyclic oxygen, see the carbons next to it. If one of those carbons has an OH group, it is a reducing sugar. As simple as that. कुछ याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, nothing to remember over here. Look at the oxygen, look at the adjacent carbons. If one of those carbons has an OH directly attached to it, reducing. Okay, similarly यहाँ पे ये oxygen है, ये carbon है. Is there an OH over here? No. Is there an OH over here? No. So this part can be the reducing part. Okay, so your sugar Y is reducing, your sugar X is non-reducing. Okay, now it asks about alpha and beta glycosidic linkages. So X is non-reducing, Y is reducing sugar. ये सही हो गया. Part number B is correct. Now they are asking about alpha link and beta link. Alpha link, beta link सबको पता है. I can see people are answering me correctly. Okay. Look at this carbon, the linkage is towards the bottom. Look at this carbon, the linkage is towards the bottom. If on both these carbons linkage is towards the same side, it is alpha. This carbon linkage is towards the top, this carbon linkage is towards the bottom, beta. Linkage on the same side will be alpha, linkage on different sides will be beta. Hence this is the answer. This is also a JEE mains previous year question. Sorry, JEE advanced का question है, since a multiple choice है. Got it? So this is how you check whether it's reducing or not, and alpha linkages are on the same side, beta are on the opposite side. So now I have a couple of structures for you. Let us understand whether they are reducing or not. Okay, ये चलो alpha glucose तो पता ही अपने को. Yes, we know glucose is reducing because it can open up. We just saw. So oxygen, carbon, OH reducing. Oxygen, carbon, OH reducing. Very simple. Let's look at the next few structures now. This is what maltose. Is maltose a reducing sugar? फटाफट बताओ. Is maltose a reducing sugar? Is maltose a reducing sugar? Yes, it is reducing. Look at this oxygen. Look at the carbons next to the oxygen. This carbon, this carbon. This carbon doesn't have an OH. Doesn't matter to us. This carbon has an OH. Yes, it is a reducing sugar. So remember, maltose is a reducing sugar. As simple as that. Similarly, you have lactose. Is lactose a reducing sugar? Can you see that carbon? ये रहा oxygen, ये रहा carbon, there is an OH, hence reducing. Do you see how quick it becomes now? Lactose is also reducing sugar. Now let us look at sucrose. Hanji. You already know the information, but let's verify it experimentally now. This is the oxygen, these are the carbons. Does this have OH? No. Does this have OH? It is linked, so no. Look at this oxygen. Look at these two carbons. Does this have OH? Could have had, but it's linked. No. No. Sucrose is non-reducing. As simple as that. Bhaskar, every year 1 or 2 questions from this chapter will come. Okay. A lot of people are asking, is NCERT enough for JEE mains? Yes, it is. Okay, NCERT for biomolecules is enough for JEE mains and advanced as well. It's just that you need to practice questions after that. Practice करोगे तो सही हो जाएगा. There will be an assignment in the description box down below, and I'm doing questions with you as well. Okay, so this is a nice trick. ये question बहुत अच्छा था. And by the way, people, I know that there are only 15 minutes remaining. If we can't cover amino acids today, don't worry. I will take another class. Is it fine for you? If we can't cover amino acids properly today, do not worry. I will take another class on Monday. कोई चक्कर नहीं है. Fine? चलो, तो ये करते हैं अभी. When the following aldohexose exists in its D configuration, okay, the total number of stereoisomers in its pyranose form is. अब क्या करें इसमें? When the following aldohexose exists in its D configuration, the total number of stereoisomers in its pyranose form. It's a बड़ा ही beautiful question. IIT JEE Advanced 2012. Very beautiful question. See, let us try to draw the structure over here. ऐसा बनाते हैं इसको. Okay. And now what you've done is you fixed it into the D configuration. So There is a CHO on the top, there is a CH2OH on the bottom. Okay, great. Now that you have fixed the D configuration, you have fixed this OH on the right hand side, yes? Do you agree that this carbon is now fixed? This carbon could have had OH on the left and right side, but now this particular carbon is fixed. इसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते अभी. Okay. Now, what are the remaining carbons? There is a CH2. इसको मैं ऐसे ही बनाता हूँ because there is just hydrogens on both sides. Great. And then there are two more carbons. Okay. Great. Now it is asking you for the pyranose form. So what will happen in the pyranose form? In the pyranose form, this is basically the cyclic form. You will have the hemiacetal bond. This oxygen will attack over there, and after the attack happens, okay, something like this will get formed. Now this carbon also can have OH on the right hand side or the left hand side. So let us try to understand which carbons can be changed. Okay, configuration of which carbons can be changed. I'll put star marks over there. This carbon's configuration can be changed. OH can be here or there. This carbon's configuration can be changed. OH can be on the left hand side, can be on the right hand side. This we've already seen while we were drawing structures for glucose. Yes, alpha glucose, beta glucose. तो यहाँ पे भी एक star mark लगा दो भैया. This OH can be on the left hand side, right hand side. So in this entire structure, you have 3 chiral carbons, 3 chiral centers. Why is this not a chiral center? Because you've already fixed it. Why is this not a chiral center? Because it has 2 hydrogens on it. I mean, yeah, you need 4 different groups on carbons for it to be chiral. ये chiral है ही नहीं. So there are 3 chiral centers. What can be the configurations now? If you are, if you know a little bit of permutation combination, you will know the answer is equal to 2 raised to power 3, that is 8. Numerical type question. But if you are bad at PNC like I am, शुरू हो जाओ. Okay, carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3. These are the chiral centers. Okay. लिख दो configuration सारी, R, 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 S, R, S, 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 S. Keep on going like this. Okay, you will reach 8 configurations. Okay, so if you keep on repeating all of these combinations, you will get your 8 as the answer. Okay, so this was a previous year JEE Advanced 2012 question. Now since this year you will have numerical questions in JEE Mains. Things like this are important. Things like this are important. Okay, awesome. So अच्छा question था ये. I like this question quite a lot because this is, do you realize it's very basic? You don't really need a lot of knowledge from biomolecules. If you read the NCERT properly, you already know what this jazz means. Now you have to become, smart and think about how to get to the answer. Very beautiful question. Okay. Prateek, my classes are going to be primarily in English, bro. हिंदी के लिए आप जा सकते हो वेदांतु मेड इजी चैनल पे, ठीक है, वहाँ पे और देख सकते हो क्लासेस. हिंदी में होती है वहाँ पे, ठीक है. All right. So ये अच्छा question था. We've understood a lot of things about sugars as well. Very nice. चलो, great. अब आगे चलते हैं towards amino acids. See, what are amino acids? Let me come to a blank page first of all. Let me try to explain to you what exactly are amino acids. Okay, आराम से करते हैं because we can take an extra class if we want. We can take another class on Monday if we want. So that's fine. What are amino acids? See, amino acids are structures which have an amine and an acid both in them. Okay, so for example, let's make an alpha amino acid. Okay, and amino acid could be anything. Okay, ये पूरा carbon chain है. There is a COH over here. There is an amine over here. This could be an amino acid. But now let us make an alpha amino acid. How will we make it? Make a V. ऐसा V बनाने का put a COOH on the right hand side and put an NH2 on the left hand side. COH डाल दो right पे, NH2 डाल दो left पे. Now on this particular carbon in the middle, there can be any group. Why are we calling it an alpha amino acid? ध्यान से देखते हैं. Let us consider the acid to be the primary functional group. This is the alpha carbon. On the alpha carbon you have the amine. Alpha amino acid. So all the amino acids present inside our body, the ones that are present inside the proteins in our body, are alpha amino acids. These are the basic building blocks of proteins inside our body. Fine. So यहाँ पे group कोई भी हो सकता है. This could be hydrogen, this could be a carbon, this could be a very beautiful aromatic ring, whatever. This is the basic structure of the amino acid. Now, what happens is that amino acids have a very beautiful property in them. They can exist as Zwitter ions. What are these Zwitter ions? Notice. Do you realize that in the same structure you have an acidic part and you have a basic part? Yes, acidic part bhi hai, basic part bhi hai. So what can happen is they can react with each other. Once they do react with each other, the kind of species that you will get is going to be COO negative. It has given away its H positive. It acts as a Lorry-Bronsted acid. The other part will act as a Lorry-Bronsted base. It will capture the H positive and have a positive charge on it. Zwitter ion. Overall, these are neutral, but inside the structure, they have these ionic parts. Okay. Cool. Fine. Zwitter ions. This is one important thing about amino acids. The another important thing about amino acids is that they can link with each other. Okay. Amino acids can attach themselves with each other. तो कैसे होंगे attach? I will show you, and that is where it is important for us to draw the structures in this fashion. इसके अलावा किसी तरह structure draw करोगे, if you draw the structure in a manner other than this, it will be difficult for you to link them together. Let's try to create another amino acid over here. Okay, there's a group, there's this NH2. Now, my dear friends, what is the reaction that can happen between an acid and an amine? What is the reaction that can happen between an acid and an amine? The reaction that can happen over here is basically amide formation. Remember amides? Amide formation pata hai? Yes. What happens is basically you have this kind of a group, plus you have some RNH2, let's say. They will combine together. Dehydration will happen, water molecule leaves, and once that happens, you will get something like this. An amide formation will happen. Okay, water molecule leaves. So, if we make an amide between these two acids, okay, if we make an amide between these two amino acids, okay, तो कैसा दिखेगा बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं यहाँ पे. Okay, I'll make it a little in a fresh manner. So यहाँ C double bond O. There will be a nitrogen over here. This nitrogen comes from the other amino acid. Fine. Do you realize that you can keep on building the chain? Right side पे बनाते रहो, left side पे बनाते रहो. Keep on linking as many amino acids that you want. When you keep on creating these amino acid linkages, okay, when you keep on bringing these amide linkages together, they form longer structures. Those longer structures, when they get complicated, they fold on themselves. Yeah. If you have, let's say, a huge ribbon, you can keep the ribbon like that, but 2 days later, you know that the ribbon will be entangled with each other. Yeah. You know how wires work in your bag, right? You put 2 earphones in your bag. The next day, the earphones are entangled so much that it takes 1 hour to disentangle them. Yeah, just like headphones. Yeah. So what happens is when you have huge ribbons of these amino acids, they will entangle themselves with each other. बहुत मस्त एकदम entangled. Those entangled things are known as proteins. ओके वो एक बार एंटैंगल हो गए, विल कॉल इट अल्फा स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ प्रोटीन. दो बार एंटैंगल हो गए, विल कॉल इट बीटा स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ प्रोटीन. That is what those alpha, beta, gamma structures of proteins are. Okay, primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary structure of proteins. Okay, it's just multiple layers of entanglement. Now, since biologists and chemists are not very happy with each other most of the times, they are fighting for some reason or the other. Biologists decided that they will not call it an amide. उनका मन किया कि यार इसको ना अपन अमाइड नहीं बोलेंगे, अब इसको कुछ नया बोलते हैं, विल कॉल इट समथिंग एल्स. सो दे कॉल दिस अ पेप्टाइड लिंकेज. Just to sound fancier, okay? Just to be fancier. So, you know, if a biologist has to brag in front of a chemist, like, our molecules have peptide linkages in them. Do you have them? नहीं भाई, अपना तो amide ही होता है भैया. Just that. So, peptide linkages are just, okay, peptide linkages are just amides, okay? So, this particular structure will be called a dipeptide. Okay, why dipeptide? Because it has 2 amino acids in it. If you have 3 amino acids, tripeptide. If you have 4 amino acids, quadrupeptide or something like that. If you have multiple amino acids, it becomes a polypeptide. Okay? Chamka? Polypeptide. Multiple amino acids linked together. Okay? Cool. Now, the last thing that we will discuss. Okay, the last thing that we'll discuss. इसके बाद अपन मंडे को कंटिन्यू करेंगे. Okay, don't worry, we'll take another class on biomolecules on Monday. Isoelectric point. Okay, isoelectric point. What is isoelectric point? See, when you dissolve these amino acids in water, do you realize that there are lots of acidic groups and basic groups there? काफी सारे acidic groups हैं, काफी सारे basic groups हैं. So sometimes the acids will be reacting, sometimes the bases will be reacting. You know the drill. There will be a certain pH. There will be a certain pH where the acidic groups and the basic groups are equal. What do I mean by that? ये सीन था ना अपने पास. Okay, when you combine all of these together, okay, let's say this exists as CaO negative, this exists as NH3 positive. Okay, let's say some molecules exist like this. There will be some molecules which exist like this. Okay, the acid part has reacted but the base part has not reacted. There will be some molecules that exist like this. The base part has reacted, the acid part has not reacted. When you combine all of them together and find out that the positive charges are equal to the negative charges, this is known as the isoelectric point. That is the basic idea behind an isoelectric point. When essentially the entire mixture becomes neutral. Okay. When is water neutral? Water is neutral at pH is equal to 7. Yeah, you know that. Water is equal to pH equal to 7 at 25 degrees Celsius. So, for different amino acids, that neutral point is different. Okay. So, isoelectronic point for water is pH is equal to 7. Okay, this is isoelectronic point for water. For these different amino acids, their isoelectronic points are different. As simple as that. उसके isoelectronic point जो होते हैं अलग होते हैं. Okay, some can have an isoelectronic point of pH equal to 6. Some can have an isoelectronic point of pH equal to 9. Depends on the kind of amino acid that you have. So now, let me give you a glimpse of what we'll do on Monday. Okay, so I'll announce right here. अभी मैं बता देता हूँ that on Monday we'll take another sprint class. Okay, so Monday at 6 p.m. Okay, we'll continue biomolecules. फाइन, कीप दिस इन योर माइंड. मंडे 6 बजे आ जाना. Let me give you a glimpse of what will happen in those classes. अरे यार आगे चल पड़. हाँ, so we'll discuss about how to calculate the isoelectronic points. ये यहाँ पे calculations की भी हैं. Such questions come in JEE mains at times. Okay, we'll try to do some questions based on that. We'll look at what are the different kinds of amino acids that are, naturally occurring, present inside our body. We'll see their structures as well. We'll understand whether they are acidic or basic in nature. Okay, then we will try to do such questions which have come in previous years as well. बहुत ही प्यारे questions करेंगे अपन. Breaking of amino acid bonds over here, breaking of peptide bonds. Again, you have a tetrapeptide over here. So you have a peptide of 4 amino acids. We'll break it. We'll do some questions on that. Then some JEE mains questions that are based right on NCERT. Okay, ठीक है. So ये सब चीज़ें अपन अगली क्लास में करेंगे. Great. So this particular class, I hope you enjoyed it. It is a tricky chapter. Please read the NCERT. That will help you increase your level quite a lot. If you did not understand things in this chapter, don't worry, watch the class again. I'm pretty sure you will. It is just a pattern that you want to recognize. Once you recognize those patterns, it'll be good to go. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the class. If you did, please make sure you hit that like button down below, and we will meet each other tomorrow at 5 p.m. for a regular organic chemistry class, which will be on alcohols and aldehydes, ketones. On Monday, I'll meet you for biomolecules once again. So until then, thank you so much for joining me, people. Bye bye, take care. And if you want to download the Vedantu's app, go to the description box down below. Bye bye.